Welcome back, beautiful people, to this amazing episode of Christianity over Islam with Shamoun. And on today's debate, we got to learn about the satanic fruit of Islam. What does it mean? What does the fruit of Islam mean? You're about to find out, and how the followers of Muhammad gets to treat themselves after the death of the prophets. Let's watch this amazing video.
Different caliphates, like the Umayyads were fighting the
before the Umayyad and the Abbasid. What do you do with the companions of Muhammad that even fought each other and killed each other? In fact, part of your tradition is that Abu Bakr, Umar ibn al-Khattab, Uthman ibn Affan robbed Ali, and in fact Fatima died angry with Abu Bakr and Umar. And the Shia are known for saying that whoever hurts Fatima hurts Muhammad, and they use that as proof to show that Umar and Abu Bakr, they are actually infidels. They are not truly companions, and they will not enter Jannah. So let's compare that with the apostles of Jesus. Let's go with the Sahaba of Jesus and the Sahaba of Muhammad. Can you show me the companions of Jesus coming to blows and killing each other, murdering each other, even though they all had the same master, Jesus? But I can show you, in Sunni tradition, the Shia would agree, where the companions of Muhammad are attacking each other, killing each other, and opposing each other. What did Aisha do to Ali in the Battle of the Camel? Did she not lead an army against Ali, where some of Muhammad's companions and relatives of Ali were murdered?
Yes.
And you don't see that as rotten fruit? Where is the salam of Allah, where Muhammad's own companions, they don't have peace, they became even worse off and started murdering each other and attacking each other, to the point that you believe as a Shia, Muawiyah ibn Abu Sufyan robbed Ali of the caliphate, because when he became the caliph, then Muawiyah became a rival caliph, let alone the first three caliphs that you believe robbed Ali of the caliphate. And then Ali himself, how did he die?
He was murdered.
By who?
Through the power of Yazid and Muawiyah.
Oh, so Muslims murdered Ali.
Yeah.
And then what happened to Hussein?
Murdered also.
By who?
By the Sunnis.
Oh, so those who knew Muhammad and their children murdered each other. And what about Hassan? Who poisoned him?
The Sunnis.
And they say that they actually encouraged his wife to poison him. And they say it was either the instigation of Muawiyah or Yazid, right?
Right.
And you don't see this, that Muhammad's own companions, instead of experiencing true peace, they murdered each other, fought each other, conspired against each other. Where is the peace of Islam? Where's the salam? What did Muhammad bring his community but more disaster and chaos and disunity?
Well, that's why I turned Shia, because I found these things and saw that the injustices against the Ahlul Bayt. And so that's
so
why
you turned Shia. But my point is, even Shia Islam discriminates and condemns at least the forefathers of Sunni Islam. When I say forefathers, we'll say Abu Bakr, Umar ibn al-Khattab, Uthman ibn Affan. These are the forefathers of Sunni Islam. But you're admitting that those who knew Muhammad were rotten, nasty scoundrels that destroyed the Ummah. So where is the fruit of the peace of Islam in the lives of those who heard from Muhammad directly?
there we go. I mean,
There you go.
To show the comparison, like when the schism happened between the West and the East, apparently there was about this much political power play going on.
But can you show me that from the apostles doing this? I went to the direct companions of Muhammad and Jesus. Yes, centuries go by, and then hundreds of years later, thousands of years later, when people have too much power, it corrupts them. No doubt about it. I'm not going to whitewash Christian history, but that's why I said let's go to the source. Let's go to those who knew the founders of this religion. So let's go to the apostles. Let's see how they treated each other. Let's see what they did to each other when they disagreed, and compare that to the companions of Muhammad. Can you show me where Peter conspired to murder Paul and Paul conspired to overthrow and kill Peter, James, and John?
No.
So I see that the fruit of Jesus in the lives of those who knew him was the desire to die to the flesh, to die to sin, resist Satan and temptation, and love one another unconditionally. But then I see the fruit of Muhammad and his companions: chaos, disunity, gossip, slander, murder, assassinations.
I guess one of my problems is that I know you look at the ultimate truth of these things, but
Okay guys, before we continue with our video, you get to find out a new thing at every interval of Shamoun's debate, and one of them is that we get to find out how the disciples or the followers of Muhammad treat themselves after his death. We got to find out that they began to hunt each other and they began to kill each other. How Ali was murdered by Muslims, not any other religion, not the idol worshippers or the pagans at that time, not the Jew, but he was murdered by his fellow Muslim. Even Hussein too was murdered, and then Hassan was poisoned by his wife. That is, people went to tell the wife that they convinced the wife to poison him, and these were the direct followers of Muhammad. And Aisha too, who was also the wife of the Prophet, led an army against Ali before he was killed. Can you see that there is no fruit in Islam? There's nothing like this. The salam alaikum, they always tell you that peace be unto you. They are always saying it with mouth, but they don't practice it in their hearts. Let's get back to this video to get more details.
I'm looking at the status quo, and Muslims are obliged to say assalamu alaikum to each other and to respond, whereas I've seen Christians who, for whatever reason, aren't doing that. They're not being brothers, and this is really weird.
That's not true. I mean, here you're at a channel where there are Orthodox here, Catholic here, Coptic here, Church of the East here, and Protestants here. And do we have to say assalamu alaikum to show that we love each other and pray for one another? In fact, this greeting assalamu alaikum is simply Muhammad plagiarizing what he found those before him saying, like when Jesus Christ appeared. When you go to Luke 24 and John 20, he said, peace be upon you. What has that got to do with true unity? I can say peace be upon you all day. Didn't Ali say assalamu alaikum to Umar and Abu Bakr and Uthman?
Yeah.
And didn't they say assalamu alaikum to Ali?
Yes.
And what did that salam do? It resulted in them murdering each other, assassinating each other, and ostracizing each other. So what is this? Oh, we say salam alaikum. I'd rather you not say salam alaikum and love me from your heart than say salam alaikum and then assassinate me or conspire to kill me. I mean, honestly, friend, think about what you're saying.
All right, yeah.
So what does salam alaikum do if you don't act upon it? If you don't act upon it, what does it do for you?
Nothing.
Okay, so you say salam alaikum here. When you see ISIS in Iraq, say salam alaikum and then see where your head's going to be and where your body's going to be, okay? Try that.
Right.
No, I mean, I want you to try that. I want you to go to where ISIS in Iraq or Syria and say, hey, ICE, salam alaikum, I'm Shia. Oh, come here, brother Shia. Because you said salam alaikum, come here, man. You're going to see your head here and your body there. It's not the hearers of the law, like the Bible says, will be justified, but the doers. I don't care how much you say words. If your actions don't match your words, faith without works is dead. James 2:26. So these are not good arguments to stay Muslim. The most important argument is go to the origin and the source of these religions. Because if you look to their followers, I can tell you, there are plenty of Christians who give Christianity a black eye. Same with Jews, same with Muslims, same with Hindus. So I can either condemn a religion due to what some people today are doing in the name of that religion. Just because they claim to be Christian or Muslim doesn't mean they are. That's what you would tell me. You would say, these terrorists are not Muslims. So no matter how many hadiths I quote or verses of the Quran I quote, you'll say, number one, those are misinterpreted. Or number two, that's a Sunni spin. They're not true Muslims. Well, thank you. Just because people claim to be a Christian, that doesn't mean they're Christian, because it says, by their fruits you shall know them. This is why I always go back to the source. Let me compare Jesus with Muhammad. Let me compare Jesus's life with Muhammad. Let me compare the apostles' lives with Muhammad's companions. And there is no comparison. It's day and night. So why don't you look to the original followers and how they lived and conducted themselves, and then make the comparison.
All right, understood.
Okay guys, so welcome back. That was a very fascinating one. And then the Bible says that by their fruit you shall know them. By their action, by what they do, by what they say, you shall know them. And then from this debate, we got to find out the true fruit of Islam, because they will tell you peace be unto you, and the next minute they are planning your death. From what we got to find out that the companion of Muhammad, those who follow Muhammad directly and wrote down what he was telling them, which was formulated into Quran today, some of them were killed. They attacked one another, and then one of them is Umar, who was killed by Muslims, his fellow Muslims, not the pagans at that time, or Jews, but he was killed by his fellow Muslims. And then Husseini, who was also murdered, and Hassan was poisoned by his wife after they went to the wife to tell her to poison the husband, and she did. And then we got to find out that Aisha, who was also the wife of the Prophet, led an army against Ali, who was one of the core people who followed Muhammad at that time. Can you see that by their fruits now we are beginning to know the kind of people they are and the kind of religion they practice? And also, and one of the important things that Shamoun said, that I prefer you don't tell me Salam Alaikum and be at peace with me than saying it and then plan to kill me the next minute. It is better you don't tell somebody peace be unto you and then you are at peace with that person, and to tell that person that peace be unto you and the next minute you are planning the death of that person. I believe it is not by just speaking or saying it, it is by the heart, what you have in mind for the person. Thank you guys. I believe you've learned something new from this amazing debate. Let's know what you've learned, and also don't forget to share our videos with your friends and your family and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you.